would be better to just make it and save it for actual college football.
Okay. It's right here.
We chose to go to Cedar Point because we had to live from Lake, and like Henry said, that we would make enough to cover our tuition. We got to pay off the rest of that. Just be
Okay. You guys? Okay. Speaker back there. Cedar Point. Hey, did anybody pick Cedar Point just because they like roller coasters? I figure like somebody here would just really love roller coasters. They would want to go to Cedar Point. Like I can't ride roller coasters. I have really bad motion sickness, and like I'll throw up if I go. When I was 13, I actually had to go to first aid at Disney World. I got so motion sick.
Yeah, you get a free pass.
Riding rides, it was horrible. So like me personally, like that would be factoring into my decision is that I can't even enjoy the roller coasters because of motion sickness. So who hasn't gone yet? We have 4 in the back.
Yeah, we picked the same thing as the first group.
Can you speak up a little bit?
Yeah, we did the same thing as the first group.
Okay. So Tara because of the tuition costs, and then 3 guys in the back.
We picked Cedar Point because we found that you'd be making more than tuition like this group. So it's better just to try to pay that towards tuition.
Okay. Well, I mean, nobody's right or wrong. Like I said, everybody's decisions are different. I just wanted to see, information presented to you guys to make a decision and then telling yourself what I would have done. So we'll go through this. If you were to fix your point, I mean, I listed all this stuff. This is how I calculated how much it would work at Cedar Point. So 50 hours a week on their website. I guess they kind of work you like slaves and you work a lot. Like it's not leisurely long. You're working over full time. How to go wage is 770. So you take 770 times 50, which is how many hours you would work in a week. I assume 12 weeks in summer. It could be longer, it could be shorter. So that comes out to about $4,620. In addition to that, you get Cedar Point's like the most famous amusement park in the country, correct? I'm sure you know more about it than I do. I used to work on Lake Erie. That's really cool. I'm not from Ohio, so Lake Erie's cool to me, so I would consider that. It's a big lake, and I read that they have international workers at Cedar Point. Is that true? Do you guys know that? Right, so you can go hang out with some people from Eastern Europe or wherever it is that they come to work. Brazil, I don't know. I don't really know how that works. So, and if you were going to do summer class, these are some of the things that I would consider, doing less of a time commitment, you have more time to hang out with your friends. If you're nervous about going to college, you can maybe get adjusted to the style of teaching. When it goes on in a college classroom. I think this is how I made the decision. I would have chosen Clara just because if I knew I was going to Bowling Green, I would have to pay that bill anyway. And so if I was working, I figure I would probably want to be spending money because who wants to work 50 hours a week and not get to enjoy any of the benefits of spending? Right? And this differs for people. If you're somebody that really likes to go to the mall all the time, or if you like to go out, whatever it is, if you like to spend money, then working would probably be a better decision for you. But the way I look at it is that the amount of money that I paid at Cedar Point, again, that's assuming like no taxes and that you saved every dollar that you made at Cedar Point, right? So I don't really think that's realistic at all. It would barely cover the cost of tuition. And once you forgo the choice to go to community college, like that option of classroom adjustment is permanently gone. It's like, you're never gonna have that opportunity again to kind of get your feet wet before you go to college. Because it's a big transition. I mean, everybody, like I struggled as a freshman, and I feel like everybody, it's hard to go from high school. At least when I was a high schooler, they kind of baby you, what I'm saying? Like they have to tell you where to go, they have to tell you, what time you should do this, what time you should do that. But like in college, it's really, it's on you, it's your responsibility. So that's a good way for things to transition and kind of easier for people. talking about credit cards, does that make sense? Do you feel like you got something out of that? I thought that you all gave really good reasons for why you picked what you picked, and so that's good. I like to see critical thinking like that. Before we do this, does anybody have a credit card here? All right. That's good. We're gonna have, this is Jesse, and he is he's an economics major at Bowling Green too, and he's gonna kind of talk to you about his own personal experience with credit cards and the dangers of using credit cards. So I'm gonna let him, give that talk right now. You got it.
Yeah, I'll sit down. I don't know, just to tell you guys like a short little thing about myself. I'm actually from the area. I went to EHOVE my junior and senior year of high school. I know you guys do that program with them too. I'm from Western Reserve. And I graduate in May from BG, so that's pretty exciting. But basically my story with credit cards is that somebody raised their hand when he asked if they had one. So you can get one when you're like 18, all in your name completely. Like credit card companies, you guys will start to get these soon. We'll send you like the prepaid offers, or you're already accepted to get this credit card if you just fill it out. Those are good and bad. Like you want to start building credit, which Jordan will talk about when you're young, just so in the future you have it established. But at the same time, the credit card companies, they're a business. They're out there to make money, and they're out there to make money off of people who aren't educated about it. And when I got my credit cards, I wasn't educated about it. Sign up for a bunch. Like you see if you sign up for a card at Best Buy or someplace in the mall, you can save 10%. But at the same time, they're coercing you into spending more than what you can really afford. And my experience with it is that I maxed a lot of mine out a couple years ago, and still in the hole. It's really hard to get out of that, and a lot of people fall victim to that. So yeah, it's good to get a credit card, but at the same time, you want to watch maxing them out and things like that, just because it's very easy to fall victim to the credit card companies. They are a business. They're not out there to help you. They're out there to make money. So just kind of watch out for that.
Again, the second that you get an email, register with the university, you're going to start getting credit card offers just flooding your inbox every day. There's really no way around it. So we really just want you to be educated on the dangers of credit card use and what the real cost of using a credit card. I feel like people like to think that credit cards are just a magic piece of plastic that you can just use with no cost, but the fact is that there's a company behind that card, and that company has to make money somehow, and that money's coming from you paying extra for your stuff. So what we did is we kind of, I'm going to continue with this little story about Fremont Terra. I know it's kind of boring, but I had to make something up. So we're going to decide to take a class of Terra. Since you don't have a job, how are you going to pay for it? You're going to have to use a credit card, right? That's just kind of what we're going to assume. Right? Just for simplicity, the extra $697.28 is from your parents or a relative or somebody. $1,000 is a lot easier for me to explain my point than $1,697. So we're going to assume that you have a credit card with an 18% APR. Does anybody know what APR is? Okay, that's the interest rate, so the cost of credit. You have a 2% minimum monthly payment, so that means that every month you're required to pay 2% of how much you spend on the credit card. And a maximum of $1,000. So you can't spend over $1,000 in a month. So we get the credit card, we have to max it out, paying our Terra bill because it's $1,000. So now you're stuck with this maxed out credit card, and you have to pay it back. So what are you going to do? You look at the credit card, you think, oh, hey, 2% minimum monthly payment. That looks doable. It's only $20. I can make that happen. I'll have it paid off in no time. This is easy. This is easy money. I'm taking money from the credit card company. These people are stupid. Why are they letting me get away with this? But really, if you go that route, if you scam and you only make the minimum monthly payment, you're going to be in debt forever. Like Jesse was talking about, that he's been in debt for years, unfortunately.
Yeah.
This is real stuff. And I don't know if any of you follow politics. The current administration in office has passed Credit Card Protection Act. I think in 2009 they passed a law about creditors had to be more clear on their statements, and protecting people from the credit card companies because it was considered predatory. So let's see what happens. So we're gonna assume that you only pay $20 a month. There's no annual fees, no monthly fees, or late fees. That'll take you 8 years to pay that down. Thinking $20 a month. 8 years. You could go to college twice. Like, you want to go to college twice and have $1,000 in debt to pay off to a credit card company? Yeah. That's what happens when you only make the monthly payment. This is a trap that the credit card companies will try to get you in. So give you a really low monthly payment, and they'll make it seem like, oh, you can make it, but they're just taking actually money from you every time. And it's a really slow and gradual process. 8 years. That's a long time. It's hard for you to notice that $5 coming off every time. But you end up paying an extra $863 in interest. So you paid $1,000 for school, and you're almost paying double that for using the credit card by only making the monthly payment. So instead of just paying $1,000 to go to Terra, you're paying $1,863 just from using the credit card and not paying it off on time, which is money that you can save. So if you pay $50 a month, which is only $30 more, I think that's pretty doable. You could agree. Does everybody here have jobs? Who's a job? Where do you work at?
Marina.
Nettie's.
Where?
Marina.
Oh, is that the hot dog place? I saw it on the way in. So, do you think you make enough to make $50 a month to pay off a credit card if you had to? Okay. So it only take you 2 years to do it that way. You see the difference? That's a 6-year difference. That's an undergraduate degree and a graduate degree. 6 years ago, like that. That's a really big. I think that 6 years of making payments is very valuable. It's kind of hard to put a price on 6 years of you only end up paying $131 in interest, so you're saving $732 just by paying actually very long. So I mean, that's really benefiting you. I think it's pretty obvious what the smart choice is, just to pay a little more than the minimum if you want to save money on interest. Credit cards, how they make their money is from people that only pay monthly payments. That's what they do. So you should really try to avoid it if you can pay it off every month. And even if you can't pay it off every month, just make sure you pay a little more than the monthly payment, or try your best to. I know that people can't all the time, but just we're telling you this so you can have it in the back of your head if you ever get in that situation, so you realize what's going on. Yeah, this is I won't go into this because we're kind of pressure time, but there's a website. It's actually on the link to the library, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes,
right?
yes,
If you go on
yes.
the IRS website,
Yeah.
they have a link to this. It's from the Federal Reserve. That you can just type in any credit card in any rating, and any interest rate rating, how long it'll take to pay it all off. Pretty exciting stuff. How are we doing on time?
Yeah, winding down. I think you guys need to be someplace in a few minutes, right?
No.
Okay.
Can we do that?